Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button for me and dropping your comments. Love the comments, especially after a tremendous victory like we just witnessed. And if you didn't see it, well, you missed probably one of the most stunning victories by the Knicks that has happened in about a decade. Outside in regular season, talking about regular season, this was insane. The Denver Nuggets came to the Garden and they got completely annihilated by these Knicks. So much so that they lost by the biggest deficit they have lost in all season. At one point, when the Knicks were leading by 27 points, that had been the biggest lead ever. The Knicks ended up winning it by 38 points. This was a resounding victory. And it was on both sides of the floor. Tremendous defense. They held the mighty Nuggets, under 90 points, and they lit them up for 122. Outstanding. The reason that OG's image is right there is because his difference that he's made on this team is shocking. It's honestly shocking. I don't think anyone could have predicted that it could have been this intense. The Knicks are they've won 11 of the 13 games since OG has become a Knick. Incredible. And they've beaten 500 teams. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, who were number one. We'll get into all that. We're going to get into that. I got highlights for you. Let's get into it. Ready? Here we go. 122-84 and Jalen Brunson on the day when he discovered, or we all discovered, because I'm sure he cares, but he's thinking about the game. He wants to win, but he didn't get the All-Star starter. He didn't become an all-star starter for the East, and he deserved it. There's no doubt, and a lot of that is on us, the fans. We didn't vote for him enough. Actually, the players had him right there, and so did the coaches, the media. The players and the media had him right there. It was the fans who really hurt his chances. But it's whatever. It's neither here nor there because this was just an incredible victory. Let's get into it. Look at this, OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby has been unbelievable. He's been better than on this team, better than I ever could have hoped for. He was outstanding. 26 points is Nick high. 6 steals tonight. 6 steals. He probably could have had more. And 3 3-pointers made. According to this, I got all this stuff here. But look at this. The Eastern Conference standings. I do have highlights for you guys. I will get to them soon. The Knicks are now firmly in fourth place. And they're nipping at the heels of the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, the mighty Sixers with Embiid. The Knicks are just 2 games back, only 1 win behind them. Now, again, the Knicks have played 2 additional games than them, so we'll see how this thing goes. But I'll tell you, if anything happens at all with those top 3, the Knicks are going to be right there. Cleveland somehow has managed to survive after they lost Mobley and Garland. And testament to Donovan Mitchell, who I've already said that he has just stepped his game up tremendously. And look at them. They're right there, only a half game behind the Knicks. And then there's Indiana right there in 6th place, Miami 7th, Orlando 8th, Chicago Bulls in 9th. It's almost like I can barely even talk about this. I'm so excited. This feels like, it totally feels like the 90s to me, when the Knicks were doing great things, where any given night they could just dominate another team, where they were definitely 100% one of the very best teams in the game. When they were there was no doubt they were one of the 4 best teams in the NBA. Now, unfortunately, that also coincided with the Michael Jordan era, so we know how that went. But this is different. There is no Michael Jordan right now. The path to the finals goes through the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. We'll say and the Milwaukee Bucks right now. They fired the coach in their 31-13, and they hired Doc Rivers. But I don't fear a Doc Rivers team. So this is going to be an exciting postseason, but I'm jumping too far. Let's get to this. Here we go. My boy JD, he tweeted this out. Yo, OG gonna get paid. He is the Knicks. Jalen Brunson on defense. Dude is Scottie Pippen, Ron Artest, Bruce Bowen, Andre Iguodala, Sean Marion, Deion Sanders, Darrell Revis, Ed Reed, and Troy Polamalu. That is a tremendous list of names, and he is. You know what? I gotta say, I mean, he might be better than a lot of these guys on this list, on the basketball players on this list defensively. He is just phenomenal to watch. That he can guard a 1 and a center is just mind-boggling what he's been doing. He's got the greatest plus minus ever since coming to a team. It's continuous phenomenal. And then I tweeted this out at one point. I guess it was at the end of the third quarter. Right about now, with the Knicks leading the Nuggets by 32. They were leading by 32 at that point. They ended up padding it. After 3 quarters, the NBA is reassessing their trades strategy for 2024. Who thinks they can beat New York in a 7-game series? Maybe Boston, maybe? Things have changed dramatically. This kind of a win. Remember when they were saying, oh, the Knicks can only beat sub-500 teams? Well, that's not the case anymore. Look at this. The Knicks have beaten the Nuggets. They've beaten they beat the Timberwolves, who are leading the West still. Look at this win streak right here. This is all since OG came to this team. Now, of course, we had some soft spots in there, but look at this. We did lose to the Magic and to the Mavericks, which was annoying. But also, we were missing Brunson in 2 of those games. Took care of business against the Grizzlies, took care of business against the Sixers. We beat the Sixers, we beat the Timberwolves, and now we have beaten the Nuggets. Beautiful. Now we need a victory against the Celtics. That's next. All right, let's get to the highlights. Here we go. This game, look, the first period told the whole story. The Knicks just came out and dominated in that first period, and they held the Denver Nuggets to 21 points, but lit them up for 33 for the biggest deficit they had all season in the first quarter. They were a minus 12. And you guys remember, I've been talking to you guys about how important the first quarter is. We used to get off to kind of like these troublesome beginnings previous to trade, honestly. And that puts you behind the 8 ball. You're constantly struggling. It makes Thibs' rotations, it makes them imbalanced. But not tonight. Took care of business, and it's because of just incredible shooting. Dante DiVincenzo, 3 of 6 in that first quarter, 2 of 5 from the three-point line. He contributed 8 points. Brunson contributed. He had all 3 of his buckets there, and all 3 of his free throws. 9 points for him. Randall, 3 of 4. 8 points. And OG, who ended up being the high scorer in the game, only had 3 points in that first quarter, and the Knicks still lit him up for 33 points. Excellent first quarter for these New York Knicks. And the Knicks shot 63.2% in that first quarter. 50% from the three-point line. They were actually making a concerted effort to shoot more threes, as they should. Lately, they had the 3 attempts had been dwindling a bit. You cannot win consistently, especially against great teams, that way. You have to put up 3-point shots, and the Knicks did it tonight. But what was beautiful is that OG also feasted in the mid-range area, but they were quality mid-range shots. They weren't that 18-foot 2-point shot, which is death. And let's get to the second quarter here. Joker did get poked in the eye. I think towards the end of the second quarter, he got poked in the eye by Dante. He had to leave, and it's good that he came back. I'm glad he was back out there. But you can see his eye was definitely all red. They kept showing they kept going close up on him. And so the Knicks dominated him in the first quarter, dominated in the second quarter. They won it by 9 that quarter, 29-20. But they didn't have a great shooting second quarter. They shot only 41.7% there. And they went through the free throw line 7 times, but did pick up 15 rebounds. Man, these Knicks dominated in those team stats. Here, let's pull this up. So the Knicks ended up with 26 assists, just one shy of the magic number, which is 27. Held the Nuggets to just 20 assists. They had 12 steals in this game. 12. And they forced the Nuggets to commit, a team that was, I think, leading the NBA in fewest turnovers. Actually, I'm not 100% on that, but they definitely are a really stingy team in terms of turning the ball over. They committed 19 turnovers tonight. And the Knicks shot for the game 52.9% and held the Nuggets to just 40.5%. The Nuggets look stunned. And I got to say, one thing that I loved is that the team we weren't doing that many switches. They were not doing that many switches tonight, the Knicks defense. They were holding their own, and then at the last second, somebody would rotate over, or someone would come on the blind side and poke the ball out to cause these turnovers. Beautiful game plan. They held the Denver Nuggets to under 20% three-point shooting, and the Knicks shot almost 40%. So the Knicks almost doubled up percentage-wise the Nuggets today from the three-point line. Second chance points, 22 for the Knicks, only 13 for the Nuggets. Points in the paint, 58 for the Knicks, only 46 for the Nuggets. So they were a plus 12 in points in the paint. And fast break points, where the Nuggets are an excellent fast break points team. I think I heard Kenny Albert say that they are the number one fast break point team in the NBA. I was surprised to hear that, but he said it. The Knicks had 23 fast break points, and you saw one right there, and the Nuggets only had 5. What a complete, utter domination. Utter domination. They dominated the NBA champs. Yeah. There's one of those mid-range shots that I was talking about. OG was just, he was just phenomenal tonight. I honestly, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by the results of this trade. I thought that and the bench tonight, even though the bench has struggled during this period of time, and the Knicks have been able to still, rack up the victories, tonight the bench stepped up beautifully tonight. Let's see, the bench, Josh Hart contributed 6. Deuce McBride contributed 14. Quentin Grimes had a good game, 7 of 11 for him. He contributed, 19 for Grimes, 13 for Deuce, 4 for Josh Hart. And Precious Achiuwa, even though he only finished with 2 points, he picked up 10 rebounds, 6 of them offensive. 6 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, 3 assists for him, and who got 1 block. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm stunned, guys. I'm stunned. Look at that score. And the fourth quarter has just begun. I could have started this recap right then, but I would have been incredibly arrogant. And look, when Quentin Grimes is finishing at the rim, who is has been terrible finishing on the rim this season, at the rim, and he's doing that, look, another one. Things are going well. And he got the foul. I don't know if he hit the end one, though, in that particular moment. Outstanding. Oh, look at that. That's not a good shot, by the way. That's a tough shot. When I say good and bad, I'm talking about your expectation of making the shot, the difficulty of shot. Shot difficulty is what I'm talking about. Here we go. Is another Quentin Grimes drive. Bank. Beautiful. Beautiful. I wish guys would do that more, because the floater is tough to master, but the bank shot is definitely something that should be in everyone's toolbox. All right, this game is over here. We're going to get to the rest of this recap. So the Knicks are now the most dominant team in the NBA. You heard me right. The New York Knicks are the most dominant team in the NBA. And it's honestly because they are playing outstanding defense, and they have tremendous three-point shooters all around. And they have Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, who is, he's like, one of the top 5 power forwards in the game right now. And Jalen's one of the top 5, at least, point guards in the game. What's happened here is that the Knicks now suddenly have 2 guys that are playing like superstars. And they've added a guy in OG Anunoby who is playing Defensive Player of the Year type of performance for the Knicks right now. He's just phenomenal in his ability to disrupt another team's offense. He's constantly on the move. His lateral movement is just phenomenal. He understands where players are going to go. He can anticipate where a pass is going. That's something that, we've had a little bit of that. We've had some of that, but not on a consistent basis the way OG is doing it. Outstanding. All right, here are the stats. I kind of rattled most of them. Actually, Randall had kind of a modest game for him. He 15 field goal attempts to get 17 points. He was only 1 of 5 from the three-point line, but 8 assists for him. Beautiful. I love the way he's distributing the ball right now. He is spraying it out earlier. He's not exhausting the possession, and then he passes it out. He's doing it in the flow of the offense itself. Beautiful. And OG, 10 of 18 for him, 3 of 9 from the three-point line. 26 points. Sims started because Isaiah Hartenstein is still hurt. Hopefully, we'll get an update on that. I didn't hear anything today, me personally, except that he wasn't available to play. Brunson in 27 minutes, got 21 points, 7 of 10 overall, 4 assists. Dante DiVincenzo, 16 points, 4 of 9 from the three-point line, 5 of 10 overall. But look at Deuce McBride, 13 points, 4 of 9, hit 4 of 5 from the three-point line. He almost looks automatic. Honestly, when he puts it up, from the three, especially when he's out on the wings in the corners or just below the break, I think it's going in almost every single time. That's how automatic he's looking right now. Who would have thought that little Deuce McBride could take over the Emmanuel Quickley role in essence? I actually did not. I actually wasn't that confident that he could do it. So this is a beautiful, beautiful happenstance that happened right now. I mean, if you guys could tell, I'm excited about this win. And then Quentin Grimes, 23 minutes. 19 points on just 11 attempts. And he started off a little rocky. I think, what was he in the first half? In the first half, Grimes, he had 7 points, which is nice, but he was 2 of 6, only 1 of 4 from the three-point line. It was that he got so hot in that second half, mostly in the fourth quarter. Some of it was like after the game was just out of hand, but still, you got to commend him when they do it. He hit all 5 of his buckets in the second half. 12 points for him. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's keep it going here. The Knicks shot almost 43% overall. And the plus minus, just look at this. Everyone's in the plus column. Plus 25 for Randall. Plus 38 for Anunoby. Plus 38 for Anunoby. I'm going to look up right now what is, I'll get it. Whatever. I think he's just, his plus minus numbers for the month of January are just insane. I think it's the best ever. Dante, plus 27. Great game for Dante, honestly. Let's keep going here. The Denver Nuggets, you can see Jokic, 31 points and 11 rebounds for him, but only 3 assists because, look, no one else could really hit buckets. They shot under 20% from the three-point line. They barely were at 40% overall, and Jokic connected on 13 of 18. You remove him from this, everyone else just looks like they don't even know how to play in the NBA. That's, of course, an exaggeration. But look, even Jamal Murray, 3 of 11 for him. I mean, he's an outstanding player. 9 points only for him. Here are the team comparisons. I've rattled off most of these already. The Knicks shot 85% from the free throw line. The assists, I did mention that, 26-12. Points off turnovers. The Knicks got 26 points off of turnovers, so they were a plus 21 in that category, which is easy to see why they ended up being a plus 38 overall for the game. The Nuggets never led this game. The NBA champion Nuggets never once led this game. Honestly, this is by far the most complete victory of this season for the Knicks, and they did it without their 2 amazing centers who are both in the tops in offensive rebounding and defensive EPM. These guys are phenomenal defensive centers, and the Knicks started Sims tonight, a guy who barely plays, who is not even in the rotation normally. They started him, and they annihilated the Denver Nuggets. Now, these are one of those games. It was the 5th game of a 5-game road trip for the Nuggets. There must have been some fatigue or whatever, but still, they could not even make it interesting. That is beautiful. Knicks are a big danger. They're a big danger for the NBA, and I couldn't be happier for it. We should all rejoice in this. The only black mark tonight was that Jalen Brunson didn't get the All-Star starting selection, but I'm sure that he'll be on the team. There's no doubt he'll be on the team, and for all we know, he might even end up playing the most minutes. I could see that happening. All right, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this channel, share the video. I would appreciate that. Hit the thumbs up button for me and share your comments. Love the comments. They help me a lot, especially if I overlook some stuff, and I'm sure I have today. What else? What else is there to say? All right, let me look at this. I want to show you guys something here. Oh, well, I want to not show you, but I want to say something here. So the Knicks right now are, let's see, what are they shooting from the three-point line for the month of January? Yeah, they're not even doing, you know what? It's all about the defense. But in the plus minus, the Knicks are second behind the Cleveland Cavaliers in the month of January with 14.9 plus minus. Excellent. I can't wait till we play the Cavs. I'm not even sure when that happens. I can't wait till we play them. All right. Thank you. I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.